I'm WFS58. Welcome to webfilmschool.com, the free film school on the web, and also creator of the acclaimed 2-day film school and the DVD film school. Let's go to the clipboard. Let's get into some information on filmmaking. Filmmaking tip number 58. We're making a feature film. Now, here's a question for you. Are you going to shoot your film, and is it going to be 35mm or 16mm? In the previous filmmaking tip, I showed you how to buy 35mm film stock from Kodak and or Fuji and save about $50,000 to $60,000. Now, you naively might be thinking, well, instead of shooting 35mm, I read a magazine article that says shoot 16mm film and I'll save money. Here's the bottom line. Now, 35mm film is 35 millimeters wide, 16mm film is 16 millimeters wide. And 35mm film goes at a speed of 90 feet per minute. 16mm film and a 16mm film camera goes at a speed of 36 feet per minute. Let's translate this down to not theory in a magazine, but dollars and numbers. Now, a 35mm film, feature film, that you shoot on a 6-to-1 shooting ratio, you will buy 9 hours of film, or about 50,000 feet of film. If you decide to shoot 16mm instead of 35mm, and you buy 9 hours of film and you do a 6-to-1 shooting ratio, you'll purchase about 20,000 feet of film. Now, buying film from Kodak and paying retail, which in the previous segment I said don't pay retail, but the retail price is about 70 cents a foot. So 35mm film will cost you for 9 hours about $35,000. 16mm film for 9 hours will cost you about $14,000. So you naively, did you hear that? Naively think you save $14,000. Now here's the bottom line. If you shoot 16mm film with a 16mm film camera, when you're done, you got a 16mm feature film. And every movie theater in America that you want your movie to be in has 35mm film projectors. Now you got a new phrase, blow it up to 35mm. Is the blow up cost free? No, it's not. It's about $300 a minute. Pencil it out. You have 90 minutes, $300 a minute. It's $27,000. Well, you naively thought you saved $21,000 by shooting 16mm instead of 35 and you're done, which is correct. But if you want to put in a 35mm movie theater, it's going to cost you another $27,000 to blow it up. So the bottom line is you really didn't save film. And here's the real bottom line. If your budget is over $250,000, you'll probably shoot 35mm film. If your budget is under $250,000, you'll probably shoot either 16mm film or in some electronic or digital format. That's it. Be careful about naively thinking you save money by shooting 16mm. Happy filmmaking, and let's go to the next filmmaking tip when I teach how to rent a camera cheaply. God bless. Now, here's what you've just learned and the difference between 35mm and 16mm and what the real costs are. If you purchase 35mm film stock from Kodak or Fuji and you get 9 hours or about 50,000 feet, it'll cost you retail $35,000. But if you decide to go to a smaller film format, 16mm film, buy 9,000 hours worth, it'll be about 20,000 feet, and this is $14,000. And you think you've saved $21,000. No, here's the bottom line. If you want to be in a 35mm movie theater, you now have to pay for the blow-up. And a blow-up will cost you about $27,000. So in the end, I don't know if you really saved any money. Here's the bottom line. Again, if your budget is over $250,000, not necessarily, but more than likely or probably, you will shoot 35mm film to make your feature film. If your budget, cash budget, below the line is under $250,000, you'll probably shoot either 16mm film or more than likely in one of those electronic digital formats. Guess what? You've just had about 2 minutes of information. My real film school is the 2-day film school, 1,000 minutes of information. And if you want to enroll, you'll see everything at the addresses on webfilmschool.com and where the tour is if it's in a city near you. And by the way, if you can't wait or you can't attend for the 2-day film school, I have this box set, The Amazing DVD Film School. 16 one-hour filmmaking lessons, budgeting, scheduling, screenwriting, directing, cinematography, lighting, editing, financing, marketing, distributing. It's all here. So if you won't want to spend upwards of $200,000 and waste 2 to 4 years at some film school theory, and you want the bottom line information, and you want to be a writer, producer, director, and launch your career right away, it's all here. The DVD Film School. Happy filmmaking.